Thank you for tuning in to ReginaldESQ. I'm Underhook, and this is my review of the Tier 6 French light tank, the AMX 12T. Very good little tank. Be aware, it is a scout tank, and you will be facing Tier 10 and Tier 9 tanks quite frequently. So whilst it is a good tank, when it's against Tier 9 and 10, it does struggle. The tank has 600 hit points, weighs 12.5 to 13.5 tonne, has 250 horsepower and a speed limit of 60 kilometers an hour. It will reach that speed on the flat, but it takes a while as the tank has quite poor acceleration, and also it's quite poor uphill. It slows down a lot uphill. Basically you need to have an escape downhill. So if you're spotting, you really want to have a downhill escape so you can get away quickly. And you can't always do that, so I do get caught out. If you are spotted, it is hard to get away. Traverse speed is 38, which is very good. The armor has a 50 hull armor on the front, 20 on the side and 15 on the rear, and the turret armor is 40 on the front, 20 on the side and 20 on the rear. Basically your side and rear is completely exposed and you will be demolished easily. The front armor may bounce the occasional shot if it's angled, like a shot from a very small tank, but don't rely on it, and you are an easy one-shot kill for Tier 9s, 10s, 8s with 600 hit points. Especially any HE ammo hits you, you're just going to explode. It has a 44 turret traverse, which is very, very good. View range is 380 meters, which is quite good for a Tier 6 tank. However, you will be up against Tier 9 and 10 tanks, which commonly have 400 meter or 410 view range. So you do suffer that that ridiculous thing. I wish Wargame would fix it, where you're supposed to be a light tank scouting the enemy, and the enemy tanks have a better view range than you do. Heavy tanks have a better view range. I think it's silly. However, to counter that, you do have a very good camouflage rating in this tank, and it does maintain its full camouflage rating whilst moving. So it has a good camouflage for a light tank, and it maintains the camouflage rating while moving, which is very beneficial. Signal range of 750 is fantastic. So at least in this tank you are able to radio any positions you're spotting to most of your team without a problem, which is very, very good for scouting purposes. Now I'm just going to show you the gun selection research tree here. The first gun you start off with is okay, but you want to quickly progress to the best gun. There's not a lot here to research. As you can see, there's not a lot of modules to upgrade, so that is mercilessly quick. However, if you wish to elite this tank, you've got 64,000 to unlock this SPG here, and another 67,000 experience required to unlock the AMX 1375. So you'd have to do both of those to make the tank elite, which is a bit of a grind. Back to the tank. Oh, I didn't show you the gun. I can show you here. Whoops. So the gun is a 75mm gun. It is an auto loader with a 6-shot magazine. Once the magazine is loaded, it takes 2.2 seconds between each shell, which is not too bad. And the magazine takes 20 seconds to load, which is very good. Average penetration of 144, which for a Tier 6 tank is great, and an average damage of 135, which is also quite good considering it's an auto loader. Accuracy of 0.36 is good. Aiming time of 2.5 is a little bit slow. The penetration, also you can load this with premium shells and get 202 penetration, which if you're against Tier 9 and 10 tanks and you wish to penetrate them, you will definitely have to do. However, against Tier 6, 7, 5 tanks, it will penetrate them, no problems with the standard. It's a very, very good gun. I quite like it. However, the lack of gun depression. The gun depression is -4 degrees, which is terrible, and gun elevation is 12 degrees, which is terrible. So you will not be using this to fight on hills. You'll have to be careful if you're going over rough terrain. Very difficult to aim your gun, and also the gun tends to wobble all over the place while you're moving, so it's very difficult to hit targets whilst you're moving. You are a small target, however, and if you're on the flat you're moving pretty quick, or downhill you're moving quickly, but uphill you're very, very slow and can get caught out easily. I don't have it on this tank, but I recommend that as soon as you can, you give your commander the 6th sense skill, because not tier 9 and 10 tanks, I don't know how they do it, but I'm concealed in a bush. There's no one closer than, say, 150 meters to me. I've got a camouflage net, but I still get spotted. So it's one of those things. At that level, people can spot you pretty easily. You just yeah, you really need a 6th sense skill, and I haven't got any skills up to 100% yet to be able to do that. I've got camouflage on everybody, but it's 88% so far as their top skill. Now, so at least in my replays, everyone's 100%. I need to tell you that so you know that the tank's running at 100%. I have binoculars fitted, camouflage net fitted, and vents fitted. Definitely need to carry a repair kit, because if you get tracked, you are dead, and you may track yourself as well. Because you're going fast, you accidentally go over a bump and land hard. Another possible upgrade on these fast tanks is suspension upgrade to stop them tracking too easily, but that's up to you, of course. I think I've told you pretty much everything you need to know, so let's get into some gameplay.
Let's go.
Okay, so the map is Steppes, or Steeps, however you prefer to pronounce it. It's a tier 7 game, so a very good matchup for this tank, and very rare. Well, you can see there's probably about 5 tier 7 tanks, the rest are 6s, and we even have some tier 5s in this game. As I've said many times, I'm not a very good player of a light tank, and I do make mistakes in this game. I'll try and point them out to you as I make them. As you see, on the flat the tank doesn't do too bad, but it does slow down when we approach hills quite quickly. A lot of French tanks are like this. They have very tall gearing, so they have great top speed but very little power low down. Seems to be quite opposite to the American tanks. They're the other way around, or some of them are anyway. So I don't know if we got that spotting or if someone else spotted it, but we can see the top of it pointing out there. He's not going to be able to see us, so I take a bit of a chance and shoot at him. Looks like a weak spot on top of his tank there. That was a wasted shot. I need that other part. There it is.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
So, wrapped with that kill. And problem with auto-loaders is, I'm still reloading. Remember, it's a 20-second reload on this tank, which should be a little bit quicker. Actually, it's 19 seconds, and that's because my crew has a 100% skill, but of course they get 10% bonus from the commander, which makes their skill 110%, and then we've got vents, which is another 5%, so it reloads a little bit quicker. We're loaded now, looking around. Now, due to my inexperience, what I should be saying now is, you know what, I'm not going to spot anyone else from here, because no one else is coming across the open. I should move. I should move up now and get some more spotting done. I'll just speed this up because this is just my inexperience. Basically, you need to spot and then move. That's what I've been learning. Our tanks are retreating, so I decide to stay here for a while to see if any opportunities like that pop up.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
As you can see, that's a T-29. We penetrated the side of the hut. Was it T-29? Couldn't have been a T-29 that we penetrated, was it? Wow. Toughest turret in the game, and we penetrated it on the side. That was probably a bit lucky. Alright, so I decided it's time to run away. The enemy is coming. I decided to reload, even though I'd only fired a couple of shots, because hopefully wouldn't run into anyone. Oops, here we go. His gun's pointing the wrong way. Thankfully, I missed with my first shot. You can see he's got a very slow turret traverse. So I stopped, because this tank fires poorly on the move, so I stopped. See how slow his turret's returning, so I fire. And I was just going to move if his turret caught up to me. I was just going to start moving. But we didn't need to. So once again, I start loading again, because I want to have 6 shots in case I need them. Try to use bushes and things for cover as we approach. There's a bit of a tank battle going on here, so I'm just... Our fellas are trying to take the cap. Looks like we're doing alright, 7-4, we're up. AT is a pretty hard tank to penetrate. However, it looks like we may have the rear. I'm trying to get the rear rather than risking on the side. And as you can see, I missed badly.
Enemy armor is hit.
Getting with it.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
I was trying to block him from reversing, but since I only weigh 12 or 13 ton,
Penetration.
I've got no hope. I could try and park sideways behind him. He's realising that and moving.
Track hit. Enemy armor
Now I'm
is
getting
damaged.
hit. The T-34 is hitting me.
Damage. We can barely turn it. We're immobilized.
I've been tracked. And I foolishly do not use my repair kit. Fortunately, someone gets the tank that was shooting at me. So I was quite lucky to have teammates on hand. And now it's just a matter of trying to cap. The enemy's now trying to cap as well. I decide I'm going to keep moving in case someone decides to take a shot at me. If I'm a moving target, I'm a bit harder to hit. It does turn quite well, this tank. Doesn't need a lot of room to turn whilst moving. Good traverse. Does slow it down quite a bit though. And we're going to beat them. We've both got more than 3 tanks capping, but we're going to beat them. Yay, we win! So, a victory, and as you can see, we weren't the greatest scout in the world, but we did have an effect on the game, do a bit of damage. Let's go to the next screen, and I'll get rid of that. Alright, well, we came second on experience for that game, which is a great result. Tier 7 game, and we're Tier 6, so it's still, you know, we're still doing alright. As far as damage goes, it looks like we probably came... this one did a bit, probably came about 4th or something. Not bad for a light tank. So we fired 16 shots, 14 of which were direct hits. 9 of those shots penetrated, doing just over 1,000 damage, which is quite good. We were actually hit 3 times, and lucky our tracks actually absorbed, I think, maybe 2 of those shots, so we were very lucky. Potential damage received 255. So we spotted 1, damaged 4, destroyed 2. We did do some spotting damage, 556, and base capture points as well. All in all, pretty good game. There was a $15,000 bonus for a mission that was going. Without that, we still would have made a good... well, look, it only cost us about $3,500 in our tank repairs and ammunition. So, good result. 706, and then with premium, 1,000 experience, which is excellent. Times 2 for the first match of the day. On to the next game.
Let's go.
Alright. Live Oaks, or Live Oaks, I'm not sure which way you pronounce this one. As you can see, it's a tier 10 match. The enemy has 3 tier 10 tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tier 9 tanks, and all the rest are tier 8. Except they have a Type 64 Scout, and we have me, AMX 12T. I decide I'm going to see how much scouting I can do, and I'm going to head over here and hopefully spot all the enemy tanks as they move into the town, giving our guys the best chance possible to punish the enemy. So I sit here, wait for my camouflage net and binocs to kick in, and hopefully we'll spot something. They've kicked in, and instantly, actually we do, we spot a Type 64 who's actually coming a bit close. I'm worried that he's going to spot me, and look at my gun depression, I'm pointing at the sky. Thankfully, somebody wastes that Type 64, so we don't have to worry about it spotting us. That's the good part about getting to your spotting position earlier than the enemy. They come to spot, so their scout is now dead. We have an advantage, luckily. But as you can see, my gun depression, my gun's pointing right up in the sky. So even though I'm in a good spot to spot from, I'm pretty much defenseless. I'm a bit disappointed that I'm not getting more spots here. I kind of thought, well, gee whiz, you know, I'm in the primo position. Now that E75 there, I don't think I'm spotting that. Like I said, I'm not a great scout, and I'm still learning. You know, you basically got to go somewhere and then stop, then go somewhere else, pull up, have a look, and just keep moving around. If you hang in the one spot, you just end up, the game ends and you've done no spotting. And you know, so I decided, hey, I'll move up and see if I can spot their artillery, because their artillery, their base is up this way. You can see their flag from here. I figure I'll see if I can spot their artillery. Somebody can hit it. I'm just hoping no one spots me from the right there, that someone's in the swamp hiding. So pull up here and stop once again, and look at that. We've got what could be a couple of AFKs. Oh, that's away from keyboard for those who don't know. But they're pointing towards the town. They might be just trying to snipe into the town from back here. I decide to edge forward. It's in my gun depression. I can't get a shot. I'm not really keen on shooting them anyway in case they're not AFK. I'm just looking to see if I can see their turrets moving at all. Now KV4, I don't know if it's in response to me spotting, has decided to move up. So I figure, hey, I'll wait for this KV4 to get here. And then, yeah, there he goes. Bang. So I let him start the arc. Now we can see the T-34's moving. So, obviously, he wasn't AFK. So I'm glad I didn't move up there. But he's getting a bit close to me now, so I figure it's time to take a couple of shots and risk exposing myself. As you can see, we penetrated the size of the T-34 pretty well. But lack of gun depression means I can't stay here effectively. We've done our job spotting. Hopefully now KV4 can do some damage. Probably he'll end up getting the spotting damage for that, because I've now moved away. But it's one of those things. I don't mind. You know, I do the service for the team. I spot it. I won't get rewarded for it because I'm not spotting it while he's shooting it, but I've still helped our team win. It happens to me in a lot of the games I play in light tanks. I'll spot people. No one will do any damage to them. I'll drive off, and yeah, it doesn't get me many points, but it's still a service to the team. I think I'm doing a better job here as a scout anyway, by just moving from place to place, catching people by surprise, putting the odd shot in, spotting people.
Enemy armor is
So see,
damaged.
he wasn't expecting that.
Penetration.
And he doesn't even know where it's coming from.
That one bounced.
I might have worked it out by now. I've run out of ammo, so I'm just going to go in this little depression here. As you can see, backing up and moving for a light tank was actually quite slow getting going. Once we hit the depression here, we go okay. So he knows I'm there now, so I decide, well, I've put him off his game, done a little bit of damage, spotted it. Now I can move on and go somewhere else again. So now I'm going to pull back up to this artillery and this T-34 and see if they've moved and if there's any way I can help out. And just so happens, we've got primo position on the artillery.
Penetration.
Takes a few shots though, doesn't he?
Enemy armor
That's
is
tough
damaged.
artillery.
Gotcha.
When you get to tier 9 or 10, they're not as easy to kill as they are in lower tiers. So I was very happy about doing that. Yeah, you really feel useful in a light tank. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but you feel useful when you can take somebody out of the game like that. Because, you know, what was he? He was tier 10 artillery. So tier 10 artillery is no joke. It's scarily, you know, a lot of people can get one-shot killed by tier 10 artillery. And I have been on numerous occasions. So now I'm just trying to outflank this T-34, give him a surprise, make him move position so that our KV-4 can hopefully get a good shot at him. Looks like KV-4's been taking some serious damage. Not sure why I haven't spotted him yet. Where the hell's he gone? Binoculars have kicked in, and I still can't see him. There he, oh, he's over the other side of the hill now. Let's see if we can get through that cupola.
Enemy is hit.
Yep. As you can see, the aim time is quite slow. He has no idea who's shooting at him or from where. Time for me to get out of the way now, just in case. We've got a T-71 up here as well. Maybe he's thinking of capping. Very even, 8 all. I've decided to reload. I figure I'll head back now and see if we can spot him again. I don't think that was me that spotted him, I think it was the T-71. See if we can get another shot of that cupola.
That one bounced.
It's not showing up on the replay, but I'm only aiming at his cupola.
Penetration.
Yeah, we get another shot in. You know, I mean, it's not bad. You think a tier 6, a tier 6 light tank can do damage to a tier 8 heavy tank, and I think we helped get rid of that tank, which was protecting their cap. Now we've got the T-71. He's moved and started capping. I've started reloading. I'm a bit worried about that M103 one-shot killing us, so I decided to move down and see if maybe spot them on the way in. Hopefully the KV-4 can take them out as they come to defend their cap. So T-71 I think is doing the right thing by trying the cap there. He's putting pressure on the enemy to come back, which will put them off their game and maybe allow our tanks to hit them on the way in. Still very even, 10 all, but we are capping. We're 70% now, so they better do something. I decide to make the most of the opportunity here.
Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration. Enemy armor is hit. We lit that
Oh, we've
up good.
torched him. Yes! Killed a heavy tank outright. I'm now reloading. That makes you feel good. Oh, and we've capped. Oh, beautiful. Well, that was our mastery badge in the AMX 12T. You know, even though I'm not keen on light tanks, it really is a buzz when you can take out a heavy tank with a light tank. It's a great feeling. Well, mastery badge, you can see we've got good coin and 9,500 experience. I think we've got a special 5 times promotion involved there, because that's heart attack material. That's wow. You could probably just about unlock every module on the tank in that one game. Alright, so we were the top experience earner with 1,267 experience. That's without including premium. Wow, that's awesome. We got 2 kills there, and what did we do? 2,274 damage, which is not the most on our team. The KV-4 did 2,700, thanks in part to our spotting. We've got an E100 here, did 2,900, and 2,3. So for the M103, so we probably came about 4th in damage, which, considering, you know, it's a tier 10 game and we're a tier 6 tank. That's partly why we got so much experience, of course, because being a tier 6 you get an experience bonus when you're against much higher tiers. And final screen, we fired 24 shots, 18 direct hits, 14 penetrated, which is excellent considering the caliber of tank we were shooting at. But because we were, you know, virtually in places where they couldn't see us, we were able to aim at points on the tanks that allowed us to penetrate. Damage 2,274. Enemy spotted 5, damage 4, destroyed 2, and we did 974 spotting damage, which is not too bad as well. 43,000 plus a 15,000 bonus that's going at the moment. So if we hadn't even got that 15,000 bonus, we still would have made over 40,000 coin. And the experience 1,267 with premium 1,900, and I just happened to be very lucky that this was at a time when you've got 5 times for the first game of the day. So 9,500 experience. What a great game. And next game is also excellent, so stay tuned.
Let's get this show on the road.
Alright, we have a tier 7 game. The enemy have 5 tier 7 tanks. And then it's mostly tier 6 tanks from there. A couple of tier 5s. I decided to move into the classic scouting position. Well, actually this is the second best scouting position. The best scouting position is a bit further up, the next set of bushes along. But I don't feel confident making it there in time, and as it turns out I made the right decision. Because the AMX 12T, the enemy's one, would have spotted me. As it turned out, I made a position first and I spotted him. Although he may well have spotted me just then, and he did. I've been hit by a Hellcat, and now a Black Prince, so I'm in trouble. I back out, hoping like hell artillery doesn't hit me. I've also decided to reload at this stage. That was a lucky shot at that range. My driver has been killed, so I'm not going to be going quickly anymore. And I'm looking for the spots again. It was probably worth it taking those hits to take out that AMX 12T, because he would have spotted me anyway at some stage. And at least then I knew that I was going to cop some fire. I really wanted to take him out, and I thought, well, I'll take him out and then back off and hope I live. I hope I don't get hit. As it turned out, I did get hit, but I survived, and it's all good. As you can see there, gun elevation, I couldn't get a shot on that tank because of the terrible gun elevation. I've now been hit by a Panther on the other side, and I'm figuring I'm dead because my tank's hardly moving because the driver's dead. And I've just had, is it my... I'm not sure what that is it's been hit. Is it my ammo or something? No, it's not my ammo rack. I'm not sure what that module is. Anyway, I'm not in a very good way. I've only got 70 hit points left. My tank's not going very fast. But hey, I still have good camouflage. And that's the main thing. So now I'm trying to make my way up using the hill as cover to get to this second set of bushes, which is the preferred spotting position, so I'm told. And there's immediately we spot something. Of course, I've been breaking all the rules of spotting, which he really says you shouldn't open fire. But sometimes it just seems safe to do so, or necessary to do so. Might just speed it up a little bit now to 2 times. I'm reloading at the moment, but I'm just telling people I'm spotting these tanks and telling people to take shots at them. I'll slow it back down again. So I'm not shooting at these tanks, I'm just observing them because I really... One, I'm going to get hit from every direction. I'm nearly dead anyway. And I'm probably more useful just spotting them at the moment. That's if I'm the one spotting them. Who knows, it could be somebody else actually doing the spotting. I lost my mind temporarily and took a shot at that tank, which was pretty silly. Looks like I probably got away with it though, that I didn't end up getting spotted by anyone. Sorry if this is a bit boring, but I'm just showing you how the spotting's working. So we're still spotting tanks. It's 5-4, so it's still a close game. I'm going to put it on 2 times here. I'll slow it down again. Still being disciplined enough not to take a shot. Put it back at 2 times. Oh, it looks like I'm going to take a shot. No, I didn't. Well done. Just, you can see on the comments there I'm requesting fire, just to make sure the players on my team are aware that there is a target there. Requesting fire again on that tank. Hopefully it gives a chance for artillery to notice it and zoom in on it. Back up to 2 times speed again. Fortunately, these games where you are doing spotting, they're not the most exciting games to watch. Oh, I might even take a shot at this guy. Black Prince. Maybe track him. Oh, he's been tracked. I'm still disciplined enough not to shoot at him. And you can see there that, yeah, look, these guys would see me if I did. Hellcat is probably something I can take out. But then we'll probably get hit by that Jagdpanzer, so. The good thing is, though, I am spotting a lot of tanks, so hopefully I'm getting a lot of spotting damage for all this. There's a Panther. Appears to be getting a bit close. If he gets... oh, he's coming too close. I'm probably going to have to shoot at him.
We didn't even scratch them.
He's seen me and I'm dead. Oh well, I just thought that he was getting too close. He was going to spot me. I'd go first and get a shot in. The reason I aimed where I did was because I saw there was a penetration there already. So I thought, oh, maybe I can penetrate that too. And turns out I couldn't. Oh well, enough of the gameplay. Okay, well, we did have a good game. We got our scout and our patrol badges for that one. We did lots of spotting and spotting damage, as you can see there. So let's have a look at the next screen. So quite a boring game to watch, I'm sorry, but it does demonstrate how if you're in the right position in scouting, you can earn a lot. We came second for our team on experience. The KV3 had a great game and got a lot of damage. We did a little bit of damage. Let's go to the next screen. And we see we fired 7 shots, 5 direct hits, 4 of which penetrated, doing 544 damage, which is not too bad. Hits received 5, penetrations 4. Amazingly, we survived. We actually bounced a shot. Potential damage received was 820, and we've only got 600 hit points, so we were very lucky to survive that. Enemies spotted 10, which is awesome. Damage 2. Damage due to our spotting was 3,746, which is fantastic. We got 42,000 credits for that because we're a lower tier. We get some bonuses in there. And with the ammunition and the repair of our total tank, we still got 37,500 credits. Experience wise, it was 925 raw experience with premium camera to 1387. First game of the day was ×2. Very happy with that. Okay, thank you for watching my review of the AMX 12T Tier 6 French light tank. As you can see, I'm not a great light tank player. They were the best games I had, the ones you saw. I believe that driving a light tank like this against Tier 9, 10 tanks does require a high degree of skill, which I do not have yet. I'm not. I don't think I'm experienced enough, or maybe I'm just a slow learner. But if you're an experienced player and you would like a challenge, then this would be a good tank to have a challenge in. Thank you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you wish to see more, subscribe to ReginaldESQ, and have fun.